Hello friends and welcome to StudyIQ. I am Joycey Joy and today in this lecture we will discuss about the Sustainable Development Goals India Index. So Sustainable Development Goals India Index is published by NITI Aayog, which is the policy think tank of Government of India. But before we move on to SDG India Index, let me brief to you what is SDG or what is Sustainable Development Goals. So Sustainable Development Goals were adopted in the year 2015 September by the United Nations. So the Sustainable Development Goals has 169 targets and 17 goals. These 17 goals are legally non-binding, and the Sustainable Development Goals have succeeded the Millennium Development Goals, which were 8 in number. So Sustainable Development Goals are adopted on 2015 and it is for a period of 15 years. That is, it has to be achieved by 2030 and it has been succeeded by Millennium Development Goals. So Millennium Development Goals were adopted in 2000 for 15 years, that is till 2015, and after that it was succeeded by Sustainable Development Goals for the next 15 years. And Millennium Development Goals were adopted in the Rio 20 Plus Summit. And if you look into the Sustainable Development Goals, it deals with 5 P's. So what are these 5 P's under Sustainable Development Goals? One is people, second one is planet, third one is prosperity, fourth one is peace, and the fifth one is partnership. So these are the 5 P's that are associated with Sustainable Development Goals. So in this lecture today we will look at Sustainable Development Goals India Index, which is published by NITI Aayog, which is the policy think tank of the Government of India. Now let us start, but before we move on with the topic, I would like to tell you that StudyIQ is providing pen drive courses for various competitive exams including SSC bank courses, UPSC optionals, SSC JE courses, various teaching courses, railway examinations, defense examinations, RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A, UGC NET, UPSC Civil Services Examination, law examinations including CLAT exams for various state PSCs and also for various professional courses. For more details, you can check our website www.studyiq.com or you can make a call to any of these numbers for more information. Now let us start. Let us first understand what is Sustainable Development Goals India Index. So as we discussed in the beginning, this is released by NITI Aayog, which is the policy think tank of Government of India. So India is one among the 193 countries or United Nations member states that has adopted the Sustainable Development Goals in the year 2015. So it is legally non-binding. Now coming to the report, that is SDG India Index, it is a comparative statement or a comparative report on the performance of various states and union territories in India in their efforts to achieve the SDGs. So this measures the performance of various states in the country and the union territories in the country on how they have achieved or what is the status of their achievement of Sustainable Development Goals. So that is SDG India Index Baseline Report 2018, which is released by NITI Aayog. And coming to the report, the index comprises a composite score for each state and union territory, and this is based on their aggregate performance across 13 out of 17 goals. So we have seen in Sustainable Development Goals there are a total of 17 goals. So 13 goals are only considered in the index that is prepared by NITI Aayog. So based on this 13 parameters or 13 goals, a composite score will be allotted to each state or a union territory. So the score would be ranging from 0 to 100 and the average Indian score according to the report was 57. So as we discussed, there are in total 17 goals, but we were able to consider only 13 goals. So suitable indicators have been developed only for this 13 goals, and accordingly 62 indicators have been developed by NITI Aayog in order to measure the performance of various states and union territories in the country. Now coming to the highlights of the report. So we have seen that it is based on a score of 0 to 100. So this is the scale. So based on the scale of 0 to 100, the states are categorized into 4 groups. So these 4 groups are: one is achievers, second one is front runners, third one is performers, and the fourth one is aspirants. So based on the score, each state or union territory is put under any of this category. Now coming to achievers. So achievers are those states which have already accomplished the set target. So they have already accomplished their goal or they have already reached the target. Second grouping is front runners. Front runners are those states that are very close to realizing their goal or the target. So in the near future, they'll be able to meet their target. And next category is the performers who have an average performance. And here what is significant is that a majority of the states and the union territories fall under this category of performers. And those states which lag behind, they are called aspirants. So they are not able to achieve their targets or they are not able to develop policies and programs in order to meet their target. Now coming to certain states like Himachal Pradesh, Kerala, Tamil Nadu are three front runner states. So in the front runner category there are only three states. They are the states of Himachal Pradesh, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, and their scores are 69, 69 and 66 respectively. And coming to the union territories, the union territory of Chandigarh comes under the category of front runners with a score of 68. So these are the best performing states and union territories. So they come under the category front runners. So achievers, there can be no states or union territory which can be put under the category of achievers, that they have achieved the goal or they have already met the target. So most of the states are performers and a few of the states who are under the category front runners, they are about to achieve their goal or the target. Now coming to the average score in the states. So if we look at the average scoring in the states, in certain parameters, the average score is very poor. The first one is gender equality. Gender equality score average is 36. And second one, creating sustainable cities and communities, the score is again 39. And third one is enabling industry, innovation and infrastructure, III, the score is 44. And fourth one is eradicating hunger, the score is 48. So this is the average for all the states. So there can be better performing states and also worse performing states. So average makes these parameters least performing among other parameters or among other targets. Now coming to the least performers or aspirants. So Assam, Bihar and UP, these three states comes under the category of aspirants and they have a score of less than 49. Now let us understand some of the limitations or flaws in this index. So before that, let me discuss why this index is important. First of all, this index will help or support the states and union territories to benchmark their progress. So the progress can be easily analyzed by the union territories or states themselves and they can take accordingly certain steps in order to improve their performance. And secondly, this will help the states and union territories to identify their priority areas, because in certain areas the states or the union territories would be worse performing, so they can identify those areas and this will help them to perform better in those parameters or indicators. And thirdly, it will also highlight data gaps related across the sustainable development goals. But still, it has got certain limitations. First of all, we have seen that the assessment is not complete because there are total 17 goals and this index is based on only 13 goals. So the other 4 goals are excluded because of lack of availability of data. So here we cannot say that it is a complete analysis of the performance of the states with regard to sustainable development goals. So if it has to be complete, all the 17 goals and related parameters needs to be added. So we can say it is incomplete. And also the indicators that are emerging from the state schemes are not included. So different states would be having their own schemes in various fields. For example, in order to eradicate hunger or poverty alleviation programs, certain states would have their own schemes and programs. So such type of state specific programs are not included in the index. So this cannot give a complete picture. So these are certain flaws with regard to the index that is prepared by NITI Aayog, which is called SDG India Index Baseline Report of 2018. You can find the PDF of this lecture on my Facebook page, and for any queries regarding your UPSC preparations, you can get in touch with me on my Facebook page, or you can email me at joyce.studyiq@gmail.com. Thank you.